How many of you want to enhance the TV sound experience, but you do not want to go for the traditional soundbar kind of setup because it's not going to give you a good soundstage, and at the same time you may be limited with certain connectivity options. Now if this is your pain point as well, then with us today we have got a Magnat Multi Monitor 220 speaker, which seems like a bookshelf speaker, but it's not like any other ordinary bookshelf speakers. Now let me go back to the history of this brand. As we all know, Magnat has been a brand belonging to the Vox International Group. It's a German company which stands for magnet, which is one of the primary components used in any speaker, and Magnat is the German word. So Magnat has been a very popular German hi-fi loudspeaker manufacturing company, and in the recent past they have got an award-winning product which is the Multi Monitor 220, which kind of replaces your soundbar. Hello everyone, my name is Tanmay Mehta, your home technology consultant or home theatre wale bhaiya, and like always, we are going to share with you some insightful videos, insightful information which will help each one of you make better, well-informed and wise decisions when it comes to buying anything to everything in the home cinema industry. Now I have been working with my team since last 9 years, and we have designed and installed more than thousands of home theatres across India. And while designing all of these, one pain point that we saw is that people want to buy good experience, but they are unaware as to what are the right products or speakers or systems that are available which will solve their need and purpose. And taking this forward, we know for a fact that even for your TV audio experience, you are still facing your challenges that you are unable to hear the sound. At times you have to play with your TV remote to increase or decrease the volume levels when there's dialogues or there's sudden action. And to solve these issues, I think the product that we have got today, that is the Magnat Multi Monitor 220, can do a job pretty well. Now what makes Magnat Multi Monitor 220 speakers special, and why do you need to consider it for enhancing your TV audio experience? Now apart from the Soundstage, another feature that this product has is that it's not just for movies, it is also there for music. And that is why, as we saw, that it has already got a feature wherein it can connect to the turntables, but it has also got Bluetooth so that you can play your music wirelessly using the Qualcomm aptX Bluetooth version. And this speaker has got an external subwoofer out so that you can connect to any different brand active subwoofer, and you can get more bass from the speakers. Other features of this speaker would be the remote control. So the remote control operation makes the speaker a flexible speaker which has got an option to control the volume levels right on your fingertips. It has also got a bass and treble settings, so in case you are listening to music or movies wherein you want to increase either the treble or bass, you can do that. And to go back to the previous setting, they have given a special button which is the linear button on the remote control. This has also got magnetic grills which will cover the front drivers and tweeters of the speaker in case you want to hide everything and just want to have the speakers placed in the shelves. It has also got an additional support of resonance damping rubber spikes. Now this resonance damping rubber spikes will give less distortion and it will give a better sound output. So place this in any of your shelves, use it as a music speaker or use it with your TVs for movies and shows, and this speaker can deliver all these applications wonderfully. Priced around 50,000 Indian rupees, this can be a great substitute for a soundbar and is a no-brainer when it comes to choosing a good balanced stereo as well as a movie speaker. Now one of the best practices while installation of this particular speaker is that, considering it has got a bass port in the rear, you need to place it a little away from the wall. The company mentions that you need to keep it at least 5 cm away from any surface for better output. We tried it with at least 3 inches and that is also worked much more better. The second tip about installation is that you need to place the speakers at an ear level height, which is typically around 3 to 4 feet, and it can be on a shelf, it can be on a stand, or it can be on any of your front ledge of the TV. As I mentioned earlier, the right one, being an active speaker, gives power to the left hand side speaker, which is a passive speaker, and this power will be carried through in a speaker cable. So you buy a loose speaker cable, or a speaker cable would come along in the box as well. But if you want to increase the distance based upon your area, you might want to go for a custom or oxygen free copper cable, which is typically around 14 to 16 AWG, and that would work fine for getting the best output from the system. Now let us quickly go through the specs of the product. So the speakers packed in the MDF box has got a Class D amplification specifically in the active speaker. The wattage is 2 channel into 40 watts RMS power, and it can go up to 2 channel at 80 watts RMS at the maximum level. The frequency response, now this is a very interesting specs that they have mentioned. The frequency response from the speaker was something which amazed me, and I am sure it will amaze you as well, because the company mentions that these speakers can deliver 35 Hz all the way up to 42 kHz of frequency bandwidth, and coming that from a two-way speaker is really difficult to even think of, because if I have to give you a rough number, let's say a ELAC F5.2, the floor standing speaker actually has got a frequency bandwidth from 42 Hz and it goes up to 35 kHz, whereas this small 12 inches height bookshelf speakers, which is two-way, can deliver 35 Hz of frequency on the lower side and can go up to 42 kHz on the higher side. Now how are they able to achieve that? Well, they have got a 5 inches mid-range ceramic aluminium cone for high precision reproduction of audio signal, which has got ferrite driver dynamics, and the 1 inches fmax dome tweeter with sound guide delivers a very optimized dispersion. And apart from that, they have got the Magnat's dual magnet system, which enables it to deliver this high bandwidth of frequency response, and you don't necessarily need a subwoofer with this particular system. Now the weight of the active speaker is 5 kgs, whereas the passive one is just a little lighter, considering that there is very less circuitry inside, or rather no circuitry inside, and it weighs at 4.4 kgs. Now the depth of the speaker is around 9 inches, and as I mentioned earlier, the height being around 1 feet tall. It is a very compact speaker which can be placed easily in a bookshelf rack or even on an AV rack kind of shelf which is below the TV. Now looking at the final verdict of the speaker, as you all have seen that this speaker can be flexible in terms of placement, and you can actually create a wide soundstage as I mentioned before. Now this is an interesting feature typically when you are connecting it with TV or looking to listen to your music but want a detailed vocal quality. Now this something is not possible in soundbars necessarily, and that is where a Magnat Multi Monitor 220 can do the job pretty wisely for you. Apart from that, it has got an accurate sound balance in spite of having one active speaker and one passive speaker. The ease of remote control operation gives you a freedom of using this system from a far away distance and not necessarily controlling it by going near to the speaker. So they have got all the possible buttons on the remote control, right from changing the source, increasing the volumes, having a mute unmute feature, and the bass treble and the linear as mentioned before. These features are very I would say friendly when it comes to operating of the system, and that is why this is again a good win in this particular speaker. Now coming to the drawbacks of the speaker, well, the driver size, which is of only 5 inches, can limit the throw distance of this particular speaker, which we feel should be ideally not more than 13 to 15 feet. So if at all you fall into this particular distance, then this can be one of your choice. For those who are sitting at a little farther away distance, I would say get an audition done, see if it solves your purpose, and then make a decision whether this can be the best one to buy. If not, you are free to look out for some more options as well. The second drawback of this speaker is that it has got the Bluetooth Qualcomm aptX version, which is not the lowest latency audio codec standard, and I think the Bluetooth 5.0 can be something which the company can look up to in the future models. And the last drawback being that it is only available in black color, which makes it a little difficult to match it with your aesthetical preferences or your interior styles. And for those of you who want to keep them in the shelves or want a wooden finish, that is something which is not available as of now in this particular speaker. So that's it from my end, guys. I hope that you found value in this particular video, and if this particular video has helped you in taking your decisions, make sure to let YouTube and the others know by liking this particular video. And to stay connected, do not forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can get more such valuable insightful videos which will help each one of you make the decisions concerned to the home cinema industry. And I would recommend you to check out our next video which is about 7 different ways of enhancing your TV audio experience, wherein this speaker is just a part of it. So thank you once again. I Tanmay Mehta, your home technology consultant or home theatre wale bhaiya, will see you all in my next video. Thank you.